Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me again for Fire Emblem Blazing Sword. I am Seraphin. This is our continuation of Chapter 3, and rather than go over what I did last time, we're just going to get right back into it. So, let's see here. I know I touched on a couple of things last time. We're going to go over some of this new unit I have here. I've got a Pegasus Knight. This is Florina. She starts out kind of mediocre, unfortunately. A lot of Pegasus Knights in this series are very quick. As you can see, she's also got 9 speed at level 1, just like Lyn did. She's a little lacking in the strength department, also like Lyn, but she does have pretty good defenses for a level 1 character. She got 4 in both defense and resistance. Pegasus Knights are meant to be basically anti-magic characters, so they generally will have pretty decent resistance growth to allow them to take out mages. They are also very nimble for that purpose. However, you will see Florina's constitution is a measly 4, which is not so good. There are very few weapons Florina can wield without speed loss. Thankfully, the Slim Lance is one of them, and she comes with that. The Slim Lance is weaker than a typical Iron Lance. Not by much, thankfully, but it also does have an innate critical rate and a better hit rate, which is okay. So, it's ideal for someone like her who's very frail, very small. Doesn't deal a lot of damage, but it should be able to make up for it with her ability to double hit people. And then you'll see she has the same mounted aid that horseback units get. However, it's out of 20 instead of 25. For Pegasus Knights, they're a bit more... I guess they're a bit more nimble, a bit more fragile and smaller, so they're not quite as bulky as full-on horses are, but that's okay. And then we've still got our Cavalier friends here, and what I'd like to do, however, you'll see that there are some bigger villages on this map, and these villages have red roofs. Red roofs on a village means if you visit there, you will get something. Sometimes you'll get an item, sometimes you'll get money. However, in the case of this particular one, we're going to meet a new friend. His name is Will. He is a traveler. And so we get Will as a result of entering that village. I'm going to park Sane right down here for a minute. Will is an archer. Archers are okay in this particular game. In other Fire Emblem games, they are better. For example, in the Path of Radiance, Radiant Dawn, they are fantastic. However, they're okay in this one. They're not bad, they're not stellar by any means. We get the first unit, however, to have a bow. And bows are unique in that they are an indirect attack weapon. You can see there the range is 2. They are incapable of countering from melee range, however they can shoot over obstacles from a distance of 1 square away. And they have pretty reasonable might, a little more than a sword. The hit rate's really good, the weight's, average. And Will is bulky enough that he can handle this iron bow without any speed loss, which is good because his speed's not all that impressive. As you can see, his stats are pretty much even across the board here. Will is okay. Will is okay. So with that being said, however, we have a couple of different enemy types in this map. As you can see, the enemy also has archers, equipped with bows as well. They have the brigands that you've seen a few times already with their axes. However, we also have enemy mercenaries now on the board. Mercenaries are really, really dangerous units. And the reason for that is they are pretty well balanced across the board. They've got pretty good strength, they're very skillful, very fast in a lot of cases, and they've usually got pretty solid defense as well. And you can see the con there is 9, so they're also quite bulky. Fighting mercenaries later on in the game becomes much more problematic, especially once they are promoted to enemy heroes. Those are very, very difficult units to counter. One of the best ways to deal with them is with magic. Their resistance usually isn't much to speak of. However, we also have Florina here, and she is capable of double hitting that guy, barely, but she's just a bit faster than him, and thankfully mercenaries wield swords, so they are vulnerable to lances. And actually what we're going to do in this particular case, since Florina can't quite kill that guy in one round, we're going to let Will soften him up a bit for her. And that will allow Florina to take down this guy in a single hit. And Florina, regrettably, has to be babied a little bit early on. She's, like I said, she's very frail. She can take a hit or two, but if it's particularly if it's from an axe, she's going to be in trouble. The other thing to point out, actually, with these enemy archers, something I didn't touch on previously, it doesn't say so on the weapon description for bows. However, bows deal super effective damage to flying units, so Pegasus Knights are particularly vulnerable to being shot at with arrows. And in that case, the might of the bow will be doubled. So if this archer were to shoot at Florina, he'd have a might of 12 on this bow, combined with his strength of, well, 1. But that would still deal 13 damage to her. Minus 4 is 9. Still, she can only take one of those, maybe. And later on, once the enemy gets stronger bows, steel bows instead of iron ones, Pegasus Knights are in deep trouble. And you want to keep them away from archers if at all possible. And also, there's this brigand here who's going to mess her up if we go too near, so I'm just going to keep her away from the fight for now and let her pick off kills where she can. Lynn can't quite make it over to this archer. However, she can... Well, she can't do anything. Kent, however, can make it over here just fine, and he can do just enough damage to double hit this guy and kill him in one round if he uses his lance, so we're going to go with that. I don't want him picking people off from a distance. Excuse me. So now let the enemy come to us. The goal here is simply to defeat all the enemies. We've got a couple of mercenaries left, some brigands, and then we've got the brigand boss up here to defeat. He has a steel axe. Steel axes are prohibitively heavy, as you can see. They weigh 15. There are very, very few units in this game that can wield a steel axe proficiently and not lose speed in the process. You also see they're quite strong, 11 might on this guy. However, the hit rate of 65 is a drawback. And steel axes are unique in that most steel weapons are an upgrade from iron ones, and they require at least rank D to use. However, steel axes can be used at E, just like iron ones. Steel swords require D rank, steel lances, steel bows, same thing. However, steel axes only need E. So, as tough as this guy is with 18 attack, his hit rate's only 72. And if he's hitting a sword unit, forget about it. He's not going to land a hit. Lynn will be able to tear that guy to shreds, probably, with her 24 avoid, on top of an extra 15 from having this triangle advantage against him. So... let's see now. I'm going to go visit this other village. I would go engage this mercenary, however, that would put me in range of this brigand, and I don't want to take a hit from him. So we'll have Florina visit this village here, since she can fly over everything. She's a flying unit. And we're going to get some free cash, which is good, because we don't have any of that yet. $2,000 gold. It sounds like a lot. It's not, but it's okay. Parking right here should be okay. In fact, if I park here, that mercenary can still get to me, but the brigand cannot. So we're going to leave her right there, as you can see here. Not quite far enough. These guys both have movement ranges of 5. Most, I should say every, non-promoted infantry unit only has 5 movement. Once they promote, they'll get 1 extra and move to 6. There is one exception to that. We'll see those shortly, but not at the moment. Flying units and mounted units can move 7 starting out. So they're quite a bit more agile. There is also armored units that I believe we touched on briefly with regards to what Lynn can super effect against with her Mani Kati. Armored units are very slow, and they can only move 4 spaces, but we haven't seen any of those yet. So we're going to move in with Kane here, or I'm sorry, with Kent. Kane, funnily enough, is who Kent is based on. He's from the very first Fire Emblem game. He's also red and a cavalier. But this is not him, this is Kent. So we're going to put him right on this forest to give him a defensive bonus and to give him his sword to use against all these brigands coming at him. We'll put Lynn here. I don't want her to get shot by that archer, however, so what I'll probably end up doing is putting her right here. Will right behind her, and Sane right behind him. And Kent is going to tear these guys. Oh, there's a crit from Kent. You don't see that too many often, especially at 3%. But that will speed things up for us a little bit. This mercenary comes at him. And leaving him alive, which is great, because that will allow us to pick him off with Will and get some experience for him. Florina will take this guy to town. And that bow deflects right off of Kent's armor there, which is great. So like I said, we're going to have Will pick this guy off since he can shoot right over Kent without any problem. And we're actually just going to leave Kent there. We'll have this brigand come to him. Now this brigand here can move this far. I don't think there's any way we can move Florina and have her not get hit by that brigand if that mercenary comes up, so... No, it doesn't appear that way. So we're going to put her over here for now. Or I'll put her out. Actually, I'll put her down here. That way that we can get those guys to come around the other side. The problem with flying units, however, is I could park her on the mountain, potentially. And you would think that would give her a nice defense bonus there for 40 avoid and 2 defense. However, flying units do not get terrain bonuses because they're hovering just above them, so it wouldn't make any sense. So putting Florina here, regrettably, does not give her that lovely 40 avoid bonus. So we're just going to move her down here out of harm's way for now, and out of the way of that archer. And once again, we're just going to let them come to us and just kind of bottleneck them here in this little hole in the wall. And Kent will soften these guys up nicely. And continue to deflect arrows like a champ, or just dodge them entirely. Now, I don't think Will's trying to kill this guy just yet, so if we let Kent take one more poke at him here. And he should level up from the next time he gets hit, but then we'll have Will finish him off. And then we can bring Florina. Let's see if she can kill this guy. Nope, not quite, so we don't want to do that. I wonder if Lynn can finish him off. Lynn can't quite do it either, which is actually okay, because we want to let Florina have some experience, so let's let Lynn weaken him a little bit here. Then we can move Florina in to get the kill. And she'll be safe from that brigand. He's just out of range, it looks like. Probably should have double-checked that before I moved her, but... Oh yeah, we're good. This guy, once again, is a boss, and he will not move. And not that it matters, because he can't get to me anyway, so... I'll put Sane here. Alright. See if Lynn can... Oh yeah, look at that. Perfect. I sincerely doubt he'll be able to hit her back, but we'll find out. You know what? I'm going to put her here, actually. Make some room for my other people. Well, that's not cool. We'll should be able to finish him off, though. Almost with that level up. Now, here's the rub. I would like to get a little more experience for Sane if I can, because he's going to be very crucial in the next chapter. I know it's kind of spoiling things and getting ahead of myself, but you'll understand once we get there. I don't think Florina can quite kill this guy. Oh, actually she can, because I weakened him earlier. That's right. So we'll have Florina take him down. And she will level up just in time. Strength, and nothing else. Well, you know, I'm honestly okay with that. Strength is probably one of the things she needs the most. That also, some defenses would be great too, but she should have no problem leveling up skill and speed later on, so... That being said, we are going to go visit that armory. Kent has some extra equipment. We're going to actually take Kent's sword here, because Sane's going to need that. And we'll have Kent go visit the armory. So you'll see these shops periodically on the map. Armories have this battlement roof here, it looks like. There are also shops. They just have a regular old red roof. Not quite the same as these, but they look a little similar. The armory sells weapons, imagine that. The shops will sell magic tomes, as well as healing staves and potions and a few other random trinkets. So the only thing we can buy from this armory at the moment is iron swords and iron lances. We have 2,000 gold. As you can see, 2,000 gold doesn't buy you a whole lot of goods in this, but we're going to buy a replacement sword for Kent. And we're actually going to buy an iron lance for Florina, so she'll have a little bit more punch if she needs it from that slim one. It will slow her down, but if it puts her above being able to kill someone and not, I'd like her to be able to do it in a single hit. So, an extra sword, extra lance. And we'll just have Kent kind of hand-deliver everything up here. That's what he's good at, apparently. Don't mind my OCD, I need to have everything in order here. And then Sane will also... You know, he can keep what he has pretty much, I think. He does have an extra potion there. I might give that to Will, he might need that. And we're going to let Sane take a hit at this guy, or get hit by him as a result. He shouldn't die, though, he should be fine. Will does not have a vulnerary, so I'm going to just take that extra one that Sane has. I'll park Florina right outside of the range. She's probably can't do much to that guy, if anything, but I'll leave her on station just in case. And then Lynn will back up Sane. And that hurt a lot. Holy smokes. Oh, that's right. So... This guy's got the heavy, stupid steel axe, weighing him down quite a bit, and even Sane is capable of doubling him with his 6 speed, because it brings him down to a measly 2. So, that's pretty neat. Now the question is, who do I want to get the kill here? Lynn doesn't need it. Florina probably can't do it. She could with the Iron Lance, but that's a risky business here, because if I miss, Florina's going to die. So, I don't think I'll be doing that. I think I'm gonna... Kent's only 4 experience from leveling up, but if I don't need him to get the kill. Will's only 3, so, you know, we're gonna let Sane do it. And he should be able to do it in a single hit, so we're gonna take that extra vulnerary from him. Just the one, though. Archers generally don't need... You generally don't need healing with your ranged units, because they're hitting people from a distance. So, we'll let Sane get the finish here. See if he gets anything respectable during his level up here. Again, Elan bandits. Not quite the same ones that Lynn is super mad about, but they're still bandits none the same, and we don't like them anyway. Okay, so HP and strength. So, still not getting a whole lot of use out of Sane at this point, unfortunately. That's apparently how they do things up in Ilia. Once they're done being knighted, they just go join a mercenary band and gain experience fighting with them. I guess it kind of makes sense in a way. As you should be. There is a reason why Florina wants to be a Pegasus Knight so badly, and we'll find that out later. I know I keep giving everybody these potential, oh, what's coming up? I know, I'm sorry, I'll stop doing that. And here comes Sane. If you haven't figured it out already, Sane is sort of a womanizer here. Bill's like, wait, what? So happy. And of course, Sane is positively thrilled. She's not. If you're willing, Will. Another cool artwork panel here. Kent clearly not impressed by his friend. Once again, Florina, 13, pretty sure. I guess that'd make her 16 in this country, but still. Alright, so that's Chapter 3. We're going to stop right here for now, but I will be back next time with Chapter 4, and things are going to start getting interesting, I promise. So thank you very much for joining me this time. I have been Seraphin. Good evening for now.